Hi there, welcome again to my channel. Today our topic is about English 10, MELC-based Quarter 1 Module 4, entitled Comparing and Contrasting the Contents of the Materials Viewed. And the reason I uploaded this video is to help grade 10 students understand the lessons and be able to provide answers for the items that are not found in the key to correction. By the way, ang isinama kong mga part lamang dito sa module ay yung mga part lang na walang answer sa key to correction. Alright? Be ready with your module and be prepared also with your ballpen and paper. But before that, kung bago ka pa lang sa channel na to, please don't forget to like, subscribe, also click the notification bell para palagi kang updated sa aking mga bagong video, and of course, please share also. Now let us proceed. Compare and contrast defined. Compare is taken from the Latin word comparare, which means to liken or to compare. Comparing means things means pointing out their similarities. Pag sinabi natin comparing, ay ang ipinapahawating nito ay yung mga pagkakapareho, similarities, or what they have in common. Ibig sabihin, may kapareho silang mga bagay sa isa't isa. While contrast is derived from the Latin word contra and stare, which means against and to stand. In Middle English, contrast was used for meaning to fight against or to withstand in a battle. Again, when we say contrast, it means it is against or opposed to something. That is, in English subject, it means you are giving the differences once you use the word contrast. Now, contrasting things means pointing out their differences or where they diverge from one another. Saan ba sila nagkakaiba? Kailangang matukoy kung ano ang pagkakaiba ng dalawang bagay na inihahambing. Alright? Now, what is it? Comparing and contrasting are ways of looking at objects and thinking about how they are alike and different. When we say comparing and contrasting, dito ay kailangang malaman ano yung pagkakapareho at ano yung pagkakaiba. Now, comparing things means pointing out their similarities. Ang sabi nito sa comparing, dito binibigay kung ano yung pagkakapareho or what they have in common. While contrasting things means pointing out their differences. Sinasabi dito kung ano yung pagkakaiba or where they diverge from one another. Alin bang mga bagay ang hindi sila magkapareho? Okay. Now be ready with your ballpen. This is one of the parts that have no answer in the key to correction in your module. Activity 1.2. Let us summarize our lesson by filling in the blanks with the appropriate word or phrase that correctly fits in each of the sentences about compare and contrast. Number 1, blank are ways of looking at objects and thinking about how they are alike and different. What is the answer? Okay, the answer is comparison and contrast. Number 2, blank means pointing out their similarities or what they have in common. What's the answer? The answer is comparison. Okay, number 3, blank means pointing out their differences or where they diverge from one another. Answer, contrast. And number 4, blank and blank are two main reasons that people use comparison and contrast. The answer is similarities and differences. Number 5, blank is a graphic organizer that is made up of 2 or 3 overlapping circles, which is used to visualize the relationship between 2 or 3 sets. The answer is Venn diagram. Okay, next, activity 1.3. Write a 5-sentence paragraph explaining the differences and similarities of your favorite subjects in the answer sheet for 5 points. Now, you are supposed to write your own paragraph explaining the similarities and differences between the subjects that you have. All right, I'm going to provide you here with an example answer. You can revise this, or you can just write your own answer based from this pattern. Okay. English is like math because both subjects uses English as medium of instruction. This is sentence number 1. However, English is more complicated because the answer in a certain question varies depending on a situation. Sentence number 3. But in math, there is always only one exact answer in a certain question. Sentence number 4. English is sometimes boring, but math is always exciting. And sentence number 5. Math, like English subject, is important in everyday life. Now notice here, we have here words that indicates comparison and contrast, like the word like. Also, however, another one is but again, and like. Okay. I hope you were able to copy this down. Now, if you were not able to copy, then just pause the video and then write down the answer here. Activity 2.2. To know whether you were able to remember our topic, please fill in the missing words. Blank is taken from the Latin word compare, which means to liken or to compare. Answer is comparare. Comparing things means pointing out their similarities or what they have in common. Number 3, contrast was derived from the Latin words contra and stare, which means against and to stand. Okay. Next, activity 2.3, directions. Use a Venn diagram to find the similarities and differences between an airplane and a bus. All answers must be written in your answer sheet. All right, I have here prepared an example answer. You can revise this or you can have your own idea, but this is my suggestion. For airplane, differences. It has a pilot. For bus, it has a driver. Similarities, both have wheels. Pareho silang may gulong. Of course, here in airplane, the difference is that airplane is operated by a pilot, while in bus, it is operated by a driver. Okay, but both have wheels. Okay, number 2, in airplane, the person who is taking care of the passengers is called a stewardess or steward. But for the bus, the person who is responsible for the passengers is called a conductor or conductress. And for the similarities, both have propeller. Pareho silang may hélice. Okay. Number 3, for airplane, the difference is that the airplane travel by air, while bus travel by land. And both airplane and bus uses seatbelt. They have a seatbelt. This is supposed to be seatbelt. I'm sorry, this is only a typographical error, but this is actually seatbelt. Okay. Now for airplane, it can stop anytime. Of course, if you want to stop, as long as it is allowed or legal, the driver can stop anytime. But in airplane, it cannot stop anywhere or anytime. It can stop only in a certain destination or airport. All right, if you have learned this video, I hope you have learned something, and stay tuned for my more videos. Thank you very much for watching. See you again.